So hey everybody, this is Diego Cárdenas with Remax Premier Homes and Casas, and now Solo Condos, trying to get all this information for you guys to benefit you to get into this beautiful market that is the pre-construction market, and especially here in Hamilton. But today we have a special guest, a special person that is allow us to be in this amazing studio in Hamilton to talk about this, to talk about pre-construction and this specific project. James from the Milburn Group, and now he's also representing this great developer, Fengate. So, James, talk to a little bit about you first and what you do in Milburn.
Well, absolutely, yeah. Diego, thank you so much for coming in. So my name is James Burdine, Vice President Sales and Marketing at the Milburn Group, and I've been with the Milburn Group for about 9 years. Milburn is a company that effectively represents some of the top developers throughout the city. So throughout the GTHA, we'll work with companies like Fengate to kind of represent and sell their great projects.
Beautiful. But explain to us, like, and for the people that are on the other side
Yes.
Of the camera, about, like, they choose you or you actually pick them as developments? You know what I mean?
I think it's a marriage, right? Like, I think it is something that it has to be mutually beneficial. So there is, obviously, we're looking to work with great developers like Fengate, but then at the same time, I think they have to look at us and see the value that we'll bring to a particular project like 75 James.
Beautiful. And now, this developer, like, can you tell us a little bit about this developer in specific?
So I think that the developer behind this project, there's effectively three partners. So you have Fengate, who's the developer. You have the High Rise Group, who's the project manager.
I saw it, yes.
And then you have Liuna, who's
Wow.
a proud investor in the project. So it really is this trio, right? This fantastic sponsorship
Nice
between the
synergy
three
there.
that bring this synergy, that bring this, that are bringing this project to life in a way that you will not see otherwise throughout the GTHA. And what do I mean by that? I mean that the project is actually currently under construction today. And it's only because of the robust nature of these three partners that have allowed that to take place. So just for reference, Fengate has been in the industry for over 4 decades, right?
Wow.
It's
Okay.
a developer that is assets totaling over $25 billion. So an absolutely monster developer that's completed in their residential arm over $9 billion worth of projects. There's $4 billion worth of projects.
So there's a lot of credibility.
Lots of credibility, $4 billion under construction today. And they're bringing 10,000 units over to market over the next 10 years alone.
Wow.
So it truly is a massive developer that not only has an exciting pipeline, but lots that they've worked on in the past as well.
Well, that's definitely a good point for the people who wants to invest in pre-construction, because they need to make sure that they are investing their money or they're putting their trust, right, on a developer that only has a good portfolio,
Yeah.
it has a nice history, great credibility, and also they know they're gonna finish the project, because we see a lot of things happening.
It's the most important thing, right? And any pre-construction purchase is going to be a lot of money, right? And at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you're putting your money, your hard-earned money, behind a developer that will bring this project to finish, and will bring it to finish in a way that you would like it completed.
Yeah, and because what is it about pre-construction? Like, I mean, why to believe in pre-construction? I mean, it's 4 years, from now, right? So you're gonna put all your trust, you're gonna put your money, your savings. There's a lot of people that probably perhaps cannot afford something today, and they want to prepare for the future and 4-year time. And that's something that we always said to the people: invest in your future, and especially on something like this that eventually is going to gain more and more value in places like this, right?
I think it's a great way of putting it, right? Investing in your future, right? And I think that pre-construction provides a lot of advantages for a number of different reasons, but one of which is going to be kind of the staggered way in which you're able to purchase the property, right? So for this project, for instance, there's going to be a 15% deposit structure over the course of 720 days.
You made it much easier than most people, definitely.
Right, so if you're buying something that's resale today, you would typically have to have a 20% deposit, right, at least.
And qualify today for what it's like.
Qualify today
and start making the payments on these
payments today, maintenance
crazy
fees
times
today,
that we live in.
so on and so forth. Exactly, right? So this provides you the opportunity to purchase something that is coming up in the future, that will be built. It allows you to kind of defer that payment schedule over the course of an extended period of time. But then it also allows you to buy into a market today and then take possession with that future value as well. Which I think is something that's very exciting, and it's one of the reasons that a number of kind of purchasers like to purchase pre-construction because you're buying at today's value, but then the reality is this is something that will be ready in a few years' time.
Beautiful. And not only is for the people to actually live here, like you also cater to the investors as well,
Yeah.
right? Who can have a good vision, you know what I mean, of what's coming in the near future for
Yeah.
Hamilton itself. But
Correct.
why Hamilton? Why this, developer think it say, you know what, we're gonna put all our effort and money and developing something beautiful in Hamilton compared to other cities?
So I think that Hamilton's going through this really exciting period at this time, right? There's so much growth, there's so much investment, and it's investment from both kind of the private sector as well as the public sector, right? So you have these massive new infrastructure projects coming in, like the LRT line.
Yes.
And what's exciting about that, especially for this project, is that it's a $3.4 billion project.
$3.4 billion, yeah.
Right?
We're in the billions now.
Never
Mind the millions,
no,
right?
Not in
Never
the
mind the
millions.
millions. We're at the B's.
But it's coming up only 200 meters away from the project, right? So it's something that's a short 2-minute walk, less than, to get to this massive new infrastructure
You
project.
are right in the center. Like I saw in the map,
Right
you know what I
in
mean?
the
We were
center,
coming
yeah.
here. You are right in the center. You know what I mean? Of everything is happening.
It doesn't get better because not only do you have this LRT line coming up 200 meters away, but you also have existing infrastructure. The GO train line is only 200 meters to the south of us.
So your walk score is?
96.
96.
96, right? An incredible walk score.
It can be any better than that.
No, it doesn't get any better. You have an incredible transit score at 86, but that's also only getting better with time. Because that 86 is based off of the GO train currently.
But what is happening right now? But when the LRT comes in,
Exactly. It's
Everything's
just
got
going to
it.
get better.
gonna get better.
So
yeah.
not only, again, you're purchasing today in an area that's undergoing all this development, all this growth, all this excitement, but the best part is by the time you take occupancy, all of these projects will be complete as well.
And also, like, they're gonna be remodeling the whole entire like strips, Hamilton itself.
Absolutely.
Like, you're gonna wipe that idea of Hamilton, on the past, and now you're gonna bring this city to its beauty, right?
And
there's more potential.
Absolutely, and I think it's one of the most exciting things about purchasing in an environment like Hamilton, right? You're buying at present day value, which is around $1,025 per square foot in this project. Typically, Hamilton's around $1,073, give or take, on average.
Mm-hmm.
But you're buying at present day. But if you look at the investment that's taking place in this area, right? First Ontario Centre. It's a $500 million investment that's taking place.
So that's on the private sector. That comes from the government.
I think it's a partnership.
Okay, in a partnership. Good.
Yeah.
So that's why you were saying, sorry to cut out, but before this conversation, you were talking about the government itself, like the city itself. Is investing a lot of money in Hamilton. So then you're saying, like, okay, if the city is investing so much money, right? Why not us to get in because we know that what's going to happen, right? That's basically what it is.
There's a few others really kind of significant projects, like the waterfront revitalization.
That's a good point.
Right, $140 million. So that's going to be the government, again, funding a new waterfront, new recreation, new kind of excitement for the area.
Is there a time frame for that?
So it's going to be coming up. They're starting kind of the planning process, and they're actually starting construction at present day.
Oh, okay.
But this is going to be a project that will take a number of years.
Okay.
Right? But it's exciting because, again, you're getting in at the ground level, and you're getting in at the entry point at a price point that you cannot find in the GTHA today.
Yeah. So the growth, the expansion, the full potential, like, in the next, like, I would say, like 4 to 8 years is going to be huge, right? Because we have the space, the land, and we have these opportunities that people can come in at the earlier stage, basically.
Exactly. And I think what separates Hamilton from other parts and other cities throughout Ontario is the fact that, again, from a pricing standpoint, $1,025 per square foot, but if you look at the rental rates, right, the rental rates are significant. In comparable buildings, we're looking at it, 2 bedrooms are averaging right now about $31.25, and that's just last month. These are recent numbers over the last 30 days. Right?
Imagine in 4 years' time.
Exactly. So it's an important consideration, because if you were to look at different cities throughout Ontario, if you were to look at Toronto, in the downtown core today, the average is about $17.73.
Wow.
Right, per square foot, right? 69-70% more expensive than purchasing at 75 James.
Yes.
But from a rental rate standpoint, that doesn't translate.
Yeah, it's pretty much similar.
It's very similar. The downtown is only about 9% more from a 2-bedroom rental rate standpoint on average.
And I guess a lot of people, they realize, okay, Toronto is very saturated and stuff like that. They maybe wanted to work from home. They can still gonna have a great waterfront view, right?
Waterfront view and cost of living in Hamilton as well. Cost of living is 25% less. So you're able to get more for your money, which I think is one of the reasons why you're seeing this excitement come to Hamilton. You have this tech resurgence, right? There are these massive tech companies. There are big companies like Amazon that are coming to Hamilton. You have Omnia Bio that's just spent $580 million on a brand new facility out at McMaster. You have great schools like McMaster.
We were talking about McMaster, a few minutes ago, how people were saying, I have some clients and they were telling me about like what's going to happen when people are really don't need to go to the campus because they are getting all these programs that they can actually do it from home. Like, I mean, do you guys take that into consideration, or you still believe there is going to be a lot of international, students coming in, or it's going to be a growth for McMaster?
I think that top schools will continue to grow, right? And McMaster being the 4th best university in all of Canada will continue to see growth. And I think one of the important considerations as well is the fact that if you look at these schools, what they do is obviously educate, but they create networks too. And having the networking ability, going into a classroom, having that collaboration, that's one of the most fundamental things about going to school, period, that you will not get if you're taking school online. So I think that those schools will always continue to grow. And as the notoriety for schools like McMaster grows, you're just going to get more and more people flocking to it.
Well, this is amazing because compared with other people, countries in South America, let's say, for example, that we don't have that option that you can actually live close to the campus or in the campus. It brings a totally different idea that I see more and more than kids. They take that opportunity, they take that chance, and they're like, okay, I want to leave home. I want to go and live independently and then focus on my career. And this is a great opportunity for people to, perhaps the parents, maybe they can say, oh, if I know that my kid's going to pick one of those universities in the future, maybe I can invest now because that is where my kid can reside in 2026.
Absolutely. And one thing that we're seeing as well is there's going to be either students or their parents that are close to, but that are currently at McMaster. And they're saying, by the time, I don't want to leave. I want to stay in Hamilton. I know I want to be here. So I need to invest in purchasing a property that is close by. And again, being 5-minute walk away from McMaster downtown campus really puts you in the center of the city.
Wonderful. Well, I can see there is a lot of different factors why people would like to invest not only in Hamilton, but now in this specific project as well, because they have great incentives, right? We have great deposit structure, right?
Deposit structure is incredible. 15% over the course of 2 years with 2.5% increments, so really extended.
I see these like just new recently. Before it used to be like a 5, 10, 10, or something like that, and now it's like 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, and it's giving a lot of room for people to save some money little by little.
It's important because again, if you're purchasing something that's a few years away, the ability to purchase with steady and kind of reasonable increments makes you, it allows you to purchase something that you would like to live in by that time, right? By the time the building comes to completion.
And when it comes to your price, you know what I mean, compared to other developments around, what do you think? Where are you standing with your price?
So if you look at the actual pricing at $1,025 on average, it is the best price point you will find in all of downtown Hamilton. And I can say that with certainty. If you look at the fact that the project is currently under construction, it also allows for this price point to be at a more reasonable basis than, let's say, some of the other projects that are launching close by, right? So not only are you buying into an area like Hamilton where you're buying at the most affordable price point in the entire GTHA, but you're buying the most affordable price point in the city as well. So it really puts you a step above. So that brings us to another incentive that's being brought in for brokers like yourself, for platinum brokers, $20,000 off the purchase price, right? So having that price point reduced for the opening period is something for a short period of time you're going to be able to purchase. You've already effectively made that lift, right, in a short window.
Yes.
Having the development levies capped at a very reasonable rate, right, $7,000 to $9,000. It's incredibly important because by the time you go to closing, you know that it's not going to be another $20,000 or another $18,000 fee.
Surprises, let's say, right, at the end of the day.
Exactly. So that's very important. Deposit structure, the credit on closing, right to lease, reduced assignment fee, everything that we've put together, the reduced parking cost, it really creates the most attractive and affordable option, not only again within Hamilton, but throughout the entire GTHA.
And also the peace of mind that you mentioned a couple of times already, that this is already under construction.
Correct.
So we're gonna have some footages, for you guys to see what's over there, because there is people already lifting, material.
You can see. You can see
every day the
seeing is believing.
advancing. Yeah, it's going fast and fast and fast, even though like it's for 2026, but they're already starting on the construction. But why? Why this developer decided to do it this way compared to other developers that they try to sell first and then start building?
I think the financial capability of the developer has allowed for this to take place. And I think that in a market like today, certainty is invaluable, right? Like the ability to know that something is going to be complete, to know that this will actually happen.
Yes.
You can't put a price tag on that. So they've gone ahead and taken that extra step. They've spent the extra money effectively to start construction beforehand, just to give that assurance, to showcase to your clients, this is something that's taking place one way or another.
And that's why you guys decided to put this beautiful studio here, presentation,
exactly.
so when the people come in, they can see through the window that actual construction is happening right beside it, right? So it's amazing. I love to that you gave us this opportunity, because for our clients, as agents, we're trying to give as much information as possible, and for them to feel comfortable, to have the confidence that they can put their trust in a project like this. And we have all the information here available. We have all the floor plans. We provide, all the price list to our clients. All the incentives is up front. We're not going to have surprises later on, right?
Exactly.
So everything is up front for them to make the right decision, the responsible decision. And today, what we're seeing here with James, thank you so much for this opportunity.
Jacob, thank you so much for coming in.
Beautiful, and I will try to see if I can translate this in Spanish. I don't know, to all our community that is also coming. They're very eager and excited about these beautiful projects that are happening in Hamilton. I hope we can continue working together.
I look forward to it.
Grow our business together.
Thank you so much,
James.
Thank you
so
again.
much. Thank you, guys. I say goodbye to everybody that is listening to us, and I'm gonna let you guys know. And please contact us, 416-214-2600. We're gonna have all the information available, all these brochures, floor plans, price list, hot list, and all the incentives that this project is giving to you. Take care.
Thank you.